run up to get tea in a minute. Connecting streaming software. Okay, it says we are live. Good morning, friends.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. And we have a picture.
All right.
And it says excellent connection.
We like to hear that.
We do like to hear that. That is always a good thing. Always a good thing. And we're waiting for some friends to join. Hey, Saroj is our first friend this morning and says, hi, Scott and Donna, good morning.
Hello, good morning. How's everybody doing?
Francisco's here. Bobby's ghost says, hi, Scott.
Can you guys see this okay?
We can't see the mushroom.
You can't see the mushroom.
Nope. Would you like me to pan out a little bit? Yeah, that's my tea. Hold on.
Pan out just a little bit.
Let me go to 78. We can see the mushroom just at the top. Is that okay? See it here?
Is that better? No,
yeah, that's...
I need it here.
Yeah, that's good. We can see it there. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to go grab tea. We have hi from Germany. Hello from Florida. I love your content. How are you doing? Oh, that's Book Lover.
Hello, we're doing good, thank you.
Hey, Scott and Donna, how goes your guys' day? I'm going to run upstairs and grab another cup of tea, and I'll be right back. Aniro says hi from... I'm waiting. Zoya's here.
Hello, Zoya.
Catching
and
alive.
Hi, Aniro from...
Yeah. Let's see. So why don't you tell everybody what you're doing today while I run up and grab my other cup of tea, and you don't need water or anything else. Okay.
So, first of all, we are contractually obligated to thank our sponsor, Skillshare, for sponsoring this live. I say that jokingly because they're very nice to sponsor us and sponsor the lives. There is a pinned comment for anybody who wants a free month of Skillshare. So I was asked to be a part of a YouTube artist group that is sending out a, I think the artist is Moira Elizabeth. I think I got their name right. They did a book of prompts, and the previous person selects the prompt for the next person, and Chuck Lee is the previous person for me, and they selected that I do photorealism. And so I have to do something photorealistically. So my friend Hollyana gave me this little mushroom, and so I am going to draw the mushroom and try to make it look photorealistic. I'm making it look much bigger than I really was expecting it to be, but otherwise I think it wouldn't take very much time. So
let's see. Wow. Hi from Africa. Good morning, Scott and Donna.
Hello.
Hi from India. Moira Elizabeth is one of my favorite artists. A lot of people like them.
Yeah, I need to check them out. I don't think I've seen their work.
Book Lover says, oh, that's Book Lover. Wait, am I actually a recognized friend now?
Yes.
You're so funny. You guys are funny. Every time I remember your names, it just cracks me up that you guys think that that's cool. It's cute. You come in, you hang out with us. Of course we're going to remember you. Well, I see your names in the chat, so I'm going to remember you. So let me do that. Scott's a little more, he's a little more removed from the chat during the lives, so it's harder for him. But let's see. Your art is incredible.
Oh, well, hold off your praise until you see what monstrosity I'm about to do today.
You should draw a frog with mushroom. Yes, it is morning for us. It is 9:07 in the morning. Coral Creates is here.
Hello,
Jen and Nee says, good morning, photorealism. Definitely not your usual, but should be fun.
Yeah, not really my usual thing, but let's see what we can do.
Yeah. Aniro is here.
So I am going to just get rid of some of the...
We have a Bethany Primrose.
You have to be a lot more precise with the photorealistic stuff, so all of my little extra lines and everything. I'm not gonna cut it. Okay, so I'm grabbing my Prismacolor set.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
And okay, I've got some greens. Let's start with just
Photorealistic mushroom. Let's go. That's Blaze of Glory. What materials are you using? So talk to us about the paper and then talk to us about what you're using to draw.
I'm using Bristol paper, which is, I think, the best paper for colored pencils because it's very tough. You can do markers, you can do even watercolor on it. I wouldn't recommend watercolors, but you can like throw anything at it. It's a pretty good thick paper. And I'm using Prismacolor pencils, though you can use any colored pencils really.
Okay.
So
Hyperrealism is my favorite.
yeah, I don't know if it was hyperrealism or photorealism, but I'm going to try my best.
Everything Random asks, I'm going on a road trip. Do you recommend any compact sketchbooks?
If you are capable, I would, if you're going to do watercolors, I like the Be Creative sketchbook. But if you're talking about like really compact, I like the little sketch wallet ones, the tanned ones. That's my favorite.
You keep those in your pocket. Those are tiny.
Yeah.
Gail's here. She says,
Gail.
fabulous fart around Friday. And how are you two doing? It is a fart around Friday.
It is.
Yeah.
Let me...
I do have tea. I just grabbed a very large cup from upstairs. So I have the Harrod's Knightsbridge blend today. This morning I was feeling like it needed to be very strong today. Not stand your hair up strong. That would be my berries tea, but strong enough. Strong enough to get the day going. Zoya says, Donna, it actually gives me a seizure when you remember my name, let alone sound happy and excited to see me. You guys are funny.
Well, we love seeing you guys every day.
We're happy that you're joining us and that you're here. And we like it. We like being here with you guys.
All right, so I've got...
Charlotte says, hi, Scott. I love your art.
Hello. Well, I love seeing you, Charlotte.
Won't drawing something that big... Blah, blah. Let me try this again. Won't drawing something photorealistic that big take a millennia?
No, I'm hoping it's going to take 90 minutes.
We're going to find out, aren't we?
Yeah. It should be fairly simple. I took a photo, because otherwise, so that way I could zoom in. So I took a photo. So I'm just doing this little light edge here. The reason why I picked this was because it was going to be simple. I was thinking of doing it this like 1-to-1 size, but then I was like, I could probably do that in about maybe 20 minutes, and I'm going to do this live, so I might as well make this, make it a little bit more challenging. So we'll see. I don't expect it to be like someone looks at it and goes, "Oh my God, I can't tell it's not a drawing," I'm just going to do my best and see. I haven't done photorealism in a while. A while, I think, being 40 years. But let's see. It looks like this is...
Let's see. Hey, from Scotland, love your art and love your commentary, Donna. Thank you, Random Brit. That's cute.
Hello. So this looks like it's got this.
Oh, Flora says, hi, Scott and Donna. Yesterday, I asked you the question about portfolio and that I should find out what I like about art, because of which I chose design, and your answer made me inspired. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful.
That's great. I hope you have fun with it. Kristen, if you are asking for tips, check out all of the videos first.
Yeah, I've been making videos in case you haven't seen.
Yeah.
And I
They're
hope
asking
that
for
helps.
tips on shadows and highlights.
I would look at the Draw Everything Everyday playlist where I talk about it as I'm drawing.
Yeah, that's a really good place to start. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right or not. Surateragini We have a Discord. You can send it there, or you can post on social media and tag Scott. And that's how we can see some of the things that you are doing. Let's see. The green looks yummy. You guys are funny. Doesn't the kneaded eraser erase the Prismacolors?
No, it didn't. Which I was pleasantly surprised about.
Yeah.
I didn't know, but Prismacolors are hard to erase, and kneaded erasers don't really work well with Prismacolors. So that's what I was hoping was I could just erase the pencils underneath.
Gail, I noticed that it was a little tiny bit out of focus too, so I sharpened it a bit. Let me know if that's better.
Sharpened?
I sharpened the focus on the screen.
Oh, you adjusted the focus?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Sharpening's different. That's what I was
Sorry. My favorite tea blend would be the Harrods Knightsbridge blend. I've been drinking that for a while. I order it from overseas. I treat myself.
I'm blending the greens with the lighter green. And
now, just for reference, you're pressing down really hard, right?
Yep, I'm pressing down fairly hard.
Yeah. I just want people to have an idea that when you blend. What is your second favorite color other than Payne's Gray?
Oh, Windsor Violet.
People are watching with their animals today.
Oh.
I'm doing okay. I've got a cup of tea, so I'm good. Thanks for asking. Yeah, please don't get caught. They're watching in class. First time seeing him do photorealism. I'm excited to see how this turns out. That's Rennie.
I am too.
Do you have some cheap colored pencil recommendations?
Yes. I tried Artex colored pencils, and they were pretty good. You can find the video and a link on my site under Art Supplies I've Tried. It's under Resources.
Yeah. It's pretty good. There were 72 colored pencils for, I think, $27 on Amazon. They are wondering how this is all going to turn out since hyperrealism is not your favorite.
Yeah.
Do you like Stardew Valley by chance?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Isn't that the one you wanted me to play?
Nope. You say that every time someone asks about a video game.
I don't know. Because I really am not that into it. And it sounds like something that somebody would want me to play. Happy Lonesome says, hi, Scott and Donna. I just got back into sketching and I feel like I rely on references way too much. Does Scott feel this way too?
Yeah, I absolutely do. There's nothing wrong with it. Just remember that Leonardo da Vinci and Van Gogh and Monet, they all
used reference.
You know, Michelangelo used reference for the Sistine Chapel, and Michael, you know, the statue of David, and so references is what all artists do. We're observers. That's like saying a photographer feels bad that they only take pictures of real things. That's what they do, and now what you're looking at is you're comparing yourself to a cartoonist, to someone who draws out of their imagination. And I do the same thing too. And I feel bad because I want to draw stuff out of my imagination. I want to bring things to life that don't exist. But my strength is I am really good at drawing what I see. And so I've just realized that that's what almost all of the master artists have done. Is they do that. So don't feel bad about it. It's frustrating because you see people who can just draw. Thanks a lot. Who can just draw from their imagination, you know, so effortlessly, and it's frustrating. But honestly, it's not a bad thing. It's just we compare ourselves to other artists.
Nightmare Eclipse asks, hey Scott, I've spent over 2 hours and 22 minutes making one art piece and it isn't even close to being done. Do you have any tips for motivation?
Is there a reason why you're doing such a big piece? For me, like when I did the guild, the motivation was I wanted to do a big piece and I knew it was going to take me several weeks to do. And I only worked on it maybe an hour or two a day whenever I felt like it. So the motivation was to finish it. But for the most part, I will do 90-minute pieces because I know that my attention span
Is that of a flea?
yeah, is not built for that. So ask yourself why you're doing such a large piece.
Let's see. Kristen, why don't you keep watching and we will find out together
And of
how
course,
Scott does the highlights and shadows and whatever else on this particular piece. Of course, what?
the lead is broken. I just sharpened it and it's broken already.
Welcome to colored pencils.
So
I
these
remember wherever we've lived, you always, when you were doing colored pencils, there would always be leads everywhere.
Yeah.
Like all over the carpet, we'd be like, the vacuum would always suck up all the leads.
yeah.
So, sound effects are a bonus today, guys. The King of Demons says, my mom found out that I am bisexual and actually took it very well. Happy Pride Month.
That's wonderful.
Well, I am very, very happy for
Congratulations.
you. That's good.
You must be really relieved.
That's
I don't know how many of you saw yesterday's video. Ian McKellen did a reading of Harvey Milk's Hope speech. And I thought it was a really wonderful speech. If you haven't had a chance to, go and watch that.
How many phones/iPads are involved in doing this live? I know they usually become TikToks also, so just curious how many angles are going on.
I have one iPhone that's recording so that way I can make a video. Mm-hmm. I have a webcam that you guys are looking out of. Mm-hmm. And I have, it's one of those Amazon cheap, like $40 tablets that I'm using for reference. That's on to my right. And that's it.
Yeah. And when it goes up on the live itself goes unedited under lives on the YouTube channel. But anything that he puts on TikTok is edited in a video format that he edits himself, and he uses Adobe Premiere. Ryan interviewed for his dream position yesterday. Waiting to hear back today. Fingers crossed.
Oh, fingers crossed, Ryan.
Ooh, we'll cross our fingers for you too, and toss some salt and light a candle or whatever we need to do. Oh, I hope. Cookie's back and says, hey, Scott, I have big news. I'm actually starting to like the art I produce. It's not that big technically, but it's big for me.
Hey, that's wonderful.
Can we just have a moment? Like, that is big for, that's huge. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Good for you. How are both of us doing today?
I think we're doing okay.
We made it to vertical, so I'm considering that a win.
So I have a meeting for Animal Crackers right after this live, and we're just getting very anxious to be back making movies again. Yeah. And it's been a long, difficult road to get here, and so I think there's just a lot of anxiety we're dealing with right now.
Yeah, that would be an accurate statement. Hey, Steph Nerd's here.
Hey, Steph Nerd.
Notice how Donna said don't get caught instead of don't do it. I can't tell you guys what to do anymore. I mean, the mom in me is like...
Anymore, like you ever were.
I tried. I tried. But I just don't want you guys to get in trouble. Color Wheel, my dog was really sad this morning, but he's happy now that we're watching you live. Aww. What's your puppy's name? Tell me your puppy's name. I miss my puppy. Ink Ivy! Oh my gosh. I saw your stained glass piece. I haven't had a chance to show it to Scott yet. He's been busy on phone calls. It was absolutely stunning. Ink Ivy made the stained glass piece out of the trans piece from the hair journal.
Oh, wow.
And I forgot to show it to you. Yeah, so I apologize for that. But it is stunning. The piece is stunning.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, the piece is stunning. You have to come see it on my computer because the pictures on my phone are too small. But it's just lovely. You did such an amazing job. Stained glass looks really, really difficult to do. But it came out beautifully. Hey, Dark Snowfication says, hello, my local library purchased my art for local grab bags. Hey, that's pretty cool.
Wonderful.
Very, very cool. I'm trying, Gail. I tried. Let's see.
Well, it's going to be difficult getting all this stuff to blend and try to look realistic.
You're going to snap a few pencil leads on that one.
I'm sure.
Do I have any ADHD packing tips? Good grief. You know what? I'm the worst person to ask because...
Oh, that would be Bethany.
Yeah, Bethany's... But
she loves to pack.
She does not love to pack. She loves to pack everything.
Oh, I meant like pack like shipping pack.
No, I don't think they meant that. I think they meant packing for a trip. I think that's what last time I went on a trip, I packed and repacked and packed and repacked a bag 52 times. It was so frustrating.
Now, what I like to do, I'm not ADHD, but what I like to do is do practice runs and go to a local place and go sit and sketch and see what I'm missing, see what I don't, wind up using.
That was really helpful before we went to Venice.
Yeah.
Packing and what we wanted to bring. If you're talking about clothes, I say just make a packing list of your clothes. For me, clothes are the easiest thing. I just throw them in. I go with one color. Usually it's black because it doesn't show dirt and I can wear it anywhere and it makes me look thinner. So win, win, win. But for me, the hard part is packing like my face creams and my makeup. And I mean, I'm 54, so there's a lot of face creams that are going on nowadays. So, and then my carry-on bag drives me bananas every time. It's driven me bananas for however long. Cause I always bring too much. I always bring like 72 books and 42 journals and 400 pens. And I literally brought, how many pens did I bring to, what did I bring? Bethany, how many pens did I bring to Venice? I must have brought like 40 pens to Venice and I swear people, I used one pen and I probably brought 40 pens. It was ridiculous. I'm looking for new pieces of media for inspiration. Could you or Donna recommend anything? It could be a movie, a TV series, a video game, etc. Sending you lots of love from the Canary Islands.
Oh, hey, we might be coming out there.
We might be visiting there.
I would say, look up Sir Alma Tadema, Lawrence Alma Tadema. Look up their work and get inspired. I did a video that might help too, if you want to look at that.
What's it called?
I think it was just, looking at Lawrence Alma Tadema's work.
Okay. I think good inspiration comes from different museum sites. I subscribed actually to the Getty Museum, the J. Paul Getty Museum. I subscribed to their like behind the scenes kind of thing. And they show you how they curate their exhibits. And I don't know, stuff like that is very inspiring to me. Or the Louvre has a wonderful online collection. That might be really inspiring. I personally don't get inspired by movies or books. I get inspired by going and seeing things like watching the ocean waves or, taking a walk in the forest or, going to a botanical garden or a museum. That's how I get inspired. Let's see. Okay. So would you still recommend the Be Creative sketchbook if a person wanted a sketchbook that they were only going to primarily use pencils in?
No. I'd get like a Strathmore sketchbook.
Okay. Do you have any ear defender or noise canceling headphone recommendations?
Okay, so I've tried, I think, pretty much all of them. I've tried the cheapest
You
ones.
have.
I've tried the loops. I've tried Sony. I've tried Anchor. I've tried everything. Bose, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, is the best. I prefer over the ears because I don't like to put stuff in my ears, but the
Mm-hmm.
Bose noise canceling headphones that go in your ears, the
Mm-hmm.
newest ones, are the best noise canceling.
Mm-hmm.
So they're $250. So
Yeah, they're
you
very
gotta
expensive.
factor in the stuff is not going to be cheap. But the best is that. But if you just need cheap, you can just use the loops. I think they're like 30 or $40.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The loops are good for like a coffee shop or if you want to just dull the noise. They don't completely cancel out the noise, but I like to sit on our back porch and we have mowers and blowers and summer out here is ridiculous. The Bose ones, the in-ear ones, will block out all of the sound. Like, again, they're not cheap, but they will block out everything. Like you will not hear anything. It's wonderful. It's amazing, actually. How do you feel about watercolor pencils?
I feel that they're redundant because you still have to add water and you still have to use a paintbrush. So for me, I just feel that they're a little redundant. But there are people who like using them, and I think that's wonderful. I just don't. I'm not particularly a fan.
After you did your big painting the guild, did that kind of give you any vibes that you wanted to play D&D again, or no?
I think it would be fun. For me, I think it would just have to be the right people to play with, I think. And also, I'm not someone who's going to really feel comfortable sitting around for 6 hours straight, at a table with
Oh
people.
gosh.
So I
Yeah.
don't know. I'd have to see.
You don't even like to sit still for phone calls. I don't know how you'd sit still for a 6-hour D&D game.
Yeah.
Let's see. The United States says, I wish I could draw things as good as you, Scott. Tell Scott I said hi if you can.
Oh, hello.
Practice, practice, practice. You too can be better every day. And you don't have to be as good as anybody else. You just have to be better than you were yesterday. Aw. Happy Lonesome says, I'm really grateful for you guys. You're literally my art parents.
Oh.
Okay, that's very sweet. On this particular piece, is the statue your reference, or are you half looking at it and half thinking about what a mushroom looks like?
No. I'm 100% looking at the photograph that I took of it because I wanted a certain angle. And I'm trying to copy it exactly. I'm not using my imagination. That's why I say when people ask about hyperrealism, a lot of young people think that hyperrealism or photorealism is the pinnacle of art, and it's really the beginning of art. It's the first thing that you learn is to look at something and copy it. Like I said, I haven't done this in probably 40 years. It's the art comes from looking at something and coming up with something else. Whether it's your own style or whatever. I think I'm getting some bumps.
Okay, so hyperrealism is defined as a genre of painting and sculpture resembling a high-resolution photograph. Hyperrealism is considered an advancement of photorealism by the methods used to create the resulting paintings or sculptures.
Yeah, it's my okay. My point is, I'm not going to call it silly, but it's just copying a photograph to the nth degree, which is.
Well, here's the difference between realism and hyperrealism. Realism is when you replicate something in a way that looks natural and real, but you know you're looking at art. Hyperrealism is when you recreate something.
It's the exact same thing.
I don't know. In a way that's so lifelike, you could be tricked into thinking it's the real thing.
That's really the same thing. It's just something that people, I think, coined to go. It's not realism. It's hyper. It's the same thing. The people who are doing realism are trying to make it as real as possible. The people who are doing hyperrealism are trying to do it as real as possible. It's just, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to trick anybody's eye here because I just...
it's a cute little mushroom.
Yeah. But it's I'm only going to give myself 90 minutes. And I just think I would spend so much time going over and redoing to try to get every little morsel to be absolutely as perfect as possible that it would be mind-numbing.
Okay, Olivia says, during COVID, I found myself questioning my life decisions as an engineer. And during this time, I came across your work and your challenge. It helped me push forward and actually apply to art school.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Wow. Janany loved the Harvey Milk video. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Oh, my pleasure.
Oh, Colleen missed Wednesday's live because they went to the Detroit Institute of Art. They were able to see the key galleries, including the ones featuring Van Gogh and Rembrandt. Many photos for painting later in my sketchbook.
Oh,
Yay!
that's great.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
Donna and I have been talking about maybe just getting in the car and driving up
We've
to
had
like
enough
New York and Washington and just going and just looking at galleries. And
we've had enough of life. We're talking about just going.
Like, get away now before the movies.
Yeah, just drop and go. We're like, wow, we're both going crazy. Let's just do something. And then we would be live from the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. We don't know. Hey, Dana Mercury's joined us this morning.
Hey, Dana Mercury.
Hi, friend. How are you?
Speaking of New York.
Exactly. Speaking of New York. And, okay, everybody take a breath. We can all breathe. Kermito has arrived in the chat.
Hey, Kermito.
Okay. Life's good now. We're good. How you doing, kiddo? What about watercolors? Today is not a watercolor day. Today is a colored pencil day.
Today we're trying photorealism.
Yeah.
And we are going to try and...
What do I do if I was rejected from an art school? I feel sad and discouraged to do art now. Ugh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You know, I did a short about feeling invisible. And that's what art, any of the arts can do to you, because it's a popularity contest. Mm-hmm. And the people judging you, I mean, art is so subjective, and yet somehow people who don't know you are supposed to judge whether you're qualified to be an artist. And I just think that's just so horribly wrong. But I think the one thing you need to remind yourself is that you don't need a degree in art to be an artist. The degrees do nothing for you. Make art because it makes you happy. And so many artists I know didn't major in art, didn't go to art school. We're talking some of the best artists I know. So just please, please, please don't let it discourage you if that's something that you truly want to do.
It's hard not to, I would think.
Yeah.
You know? But, yeah, don't let it discourage you. Color Wheel says, Animal Crackers was amazing. Scott, Zucchini and Bullet Man were my favorite characters.
Oh, thank you.
We have not been to Puerto Rico. We've had friends that have been, and we want to go because we hear that the snorkeling is wonderful. So we need to get there for the water.
Some of our best friends are from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And
they are indeed. Okay. So just tell really quick, why are you doing the mushroom? For people who are just joining.
I was asked to be a part of a Moira Elizabeth prompt book where they're sending it from one artist to another. And Chuck Lee, who you'll see here from time to time, is an artist who's right before me, who is currently working on theirs, their prompt. And the person before you picks the prompt for the next person. And Chuck Lee picked draw something photorealistically. And so I picked this little mushroom that my friend Hollyana got me.
Did you see what she's doing now? She's making.
Oh, you sent me the sunflower.
Oh my gosh, she did this. She made this sunflower room. Like she dug up the grass and planted sunflowers at her parents' house, which I'm so excited for that. I can't wait till that comes up. I can't wait to see that. And she built a living room for her cat. It just made me laugh. Like she built a little sofa. She got a little end table. She's got all these little things.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't checked out her videos, you've got to go check out Hollyana's videos. She's hysterical.
Yeah, Hollyana's great.
She's such a sweetheart. And I will tell you this, because you guys know I'm going to tell you the truth. Like, she's the real deal in person and in her videos. Like, she's super sweet in her videos, and she's super
a bundle of
sweet.
Joy
Oh, God. I don't think she
positivity.
stopped smiling the whole doggone time we were there. She's just wonderful. Yeah. Anyway, so there's that. Okay, so are there any entry-level art careers you think someone could get into without a formal education?
Well, back in the day, you used to be able to get into video games by being a game tester.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's even something. I don't even know if that's a real job anymore.
I don't think it is.
But geez, I genuinely think that social media is the best one. You know, just there's no requirements. There's no whatever. Just find your art, find your audience, and try to build on that.
Janany says, I was not encouraged to do things like read comics or play D&D because those were boy activities. Dumb, I know.
Wow.
But as an adult, I wouldn't even know where to start. Any suggestions?
Gosh. You know, I don't know if I'm that current on any of this stuff, but I bet that there are games that you can get into. Like, I love Zelda. World of Warcraft is something that you can do, and people have made friends on there.
That's really story-based. Maybe that's where you should start, with something that's got an existing story. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Start somewhere that the story is already built for you, so you don't have to do that. And I totally get what you mean. We're like, that's a boy activity and you can't do that. Ugh, so over that. You guys can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do. Mama has spoken. Never Just a Hobby asks, can I draw you someday?
I would be honored.
And then Brett asks, so you think realism isn't a form of art?
No. I don't say it's not a form of art. I said it's one of the first things we learn. It's not the pinnacle of art. Being able to copy something identically is not the thing that all artists strive for. That's the first thing we learn, is how to copy what we see. So that's all. I just want to set people's not expectations, but standards in the right direction. Being able to copy something to make it look like a photograph is not what every artist aspires to do. It's what we learn to do first off. That's all.
Didn't Uncle Ray say something about different mediums for different parts of your artistic life?
No, I don't know.
I can't remember what he said. I remember at some point, Scott has an uncle that was a painter, and he did beautiful paintings for the Olympics and all sorts of things. And I know he changed mediums throughout the course of his life.
He would say use whatever medium works for the project is what it would say. But basically, don't be
limit yourself.
Purist.
Yeah.
And say, oh, this is oils. It has to just be all oils. Use whatever works.
I do remember though, in his older years, didn't he changed from? I guess my whole point is that throughout your art career, you might start off thinking realism is what you want to draw, but maybe in 5 or 10 years, you decide you want to do abstract stuff, or maybe you decide you want to try sculpture.
The
or
point
something else.
is that realism is wonderful. It really is. I love doing realism. It's great. It's just not the ultimate achievement that a lot of young artists think that it is. That's all. I in other words, when I posted watch my art grow over 40 years.
Oh yeah, that's
people
a good one.
People looked at the stuff I was doing when I was 18, 19 years old, which is more photorealistic, and they're like, he peaked at 18 and 19 because after that it got away from photorealism. But they think that is the pinnacle, and it's like that's not what art is about. Not that photorealism isn't art so much as art is Picasso. I'm not a fan. Picasso stuff is art. Photorealism is art. Van Gogh's work is art. Impressionism is art. Realism is art. Art Nouveau is art. They're all art, but none of them are the pinnacle. But a lot of young people put photorealism as like that is what art should be, and it's not. So I'm saying that in a way so that way we understand it, but not to put down photorealism, but just to lower it back down to expectations of that's not what artists should be striving for. Not that they shouldn't be striving for it if that's what they want to do, but that's not like, oh, they can't do photorealism, they're not a real artist, or they're not as good as someone who can do photorealism. That's my point.
Tana says, if you guys come to New York, I will be so happy. I miss you. We miss you too. We'll kidnap you. Not literally. I mean, for everybody that's on here, there's 220 anybody. I'm not going to literally kidnap anybody. Just full disclosure. Hey, Scott, I have the same miniature mushroom.
Oh, did you get it from Hollyana or somebody else? I got mine from Hollyana at the Ren Fair.
I got a little duck.
You did.
I did. It was so cute. Yeah. My brother says my art sucks. Okay, well, I think your brother sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Siblings are just like that. My brother is 50 years old. Okay. I am older than my brother. He's the middle child. He will still call me and give me a hard time. Like, to this day. Okay. That's just the sibling thing. It's just what we do with each other, So just don't take it. Take it with a grain of salt, Patricia says, for people who didn't get into art school, don't worry. You aren't missing anything. You can learn by yourself. You've got this.
Yeah.
Tori is struggling with the fact that they might have autism. How should I talk to my parents about getting a professional assessment? I'm worried that they will dismiss it, but I know it would help me.
I've been asked this a few times, and I think the best way to approach this would be to have the school assess you. Talk to the counselors, talk to your school. They can do, or at least they should be able to do, an assessment. And that way it's coming from an authority. So that's what I would recommend that you do. Get someone on your side. Get an advocate on your side to do that for you. Parents are just they're gonna listen to, hopefully, other adults.
Yep. By the way, Ellen has joined.
Hey, Ellen.
Ellen joined a while ago, but
Ellen is here. Ellen's the one whose cat looks like an elephant unicorn.
That is correct. Do you use the Arches 100% cotton watercolor paper?
I do. It's not my favorite. It's just the best around, but my favorite is the Be Creative. It just, unfortunately, I think it only comes in sketchbook size.
Anne Maria is here too. Boy, the whole SBC's joined this morning. We're just missing Nixia. Jen and Eha, I have little kids. I'm not current on anything, so not current is fine. Seriously, you're in the trenches, friend. You're in the good trenches, but you're in the trenches. We are on the other side. I think that's what makes... It's really weird when you're on the other side and your kids are like, see ya! Because you're kind of staring at each other going, okay, I used to have 4,000 loads of laundry to do and people coming in and out of my house and noise all the time. And now that the social media stuff only takes up, it takes up a lot of time with the editing and everything else, but not all the time that the kids were just around. And so I think that's what's difficult is we're waiting to immerse ourselves in a big project, but we're going crazy waiting. And the house is too doggone quiet. Mm. So. Ooh, Mushroom Girl, you do you. Love what you love. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. Oh, Cookie says, hey, Scott, I'm drawing a portrait of you for school. The theme is my favorite things, and my teacher suggested doing a portrait since that's my specialty. I chose you. Aww. Love your art and personality.
Thank you.
That's so sweet. These people are asking how they can be better at anatomy or learn anatomy.
I think the best thing for me was figure drawing. Mm-hmm. I did a 1-minute figure drawing. There's a playlist. And I would say, do that, practice that. You learn anatomy so well by doing that.
Mm-hmm. Ryan says, Picasso is a perfect example because his early work is very traditional, skilled. His foray into cubism is a dramatic departure.
Yeah.
You know, before we studied him, I didn't know that. I thought all of his work was all of the weird stuff. I didn't know that he ever did traditional work, traditional painting. That was just really interesting to me. I really missed 60 days of studying the masters. That was super fun. Mr. G just had surgery and can't go anywhere. Thank you for making my day.
Oh, well, we're sending healing hugs.
Hope you feel better soon. Deli would like to know how they can work on proportions.
Again, try the 1-minute figure drawing. It's really good for that.
Oh, Brazen Hearted is here.
Hey, Brazen.
How you doing? L3 the Eagle says that mushroom is beautiful.
Well, thank you. The highlights are really hard to get with colored pencil. I keep forgetting how tough it was to do that.
Tana says, I'm pretty sure I'll be the one kidnapping you guys. As long as there's pizza and bagels involved, I'm okay. I would gladly be kidnapped by Donna.
Neither of which I can eat, but yeah.
Well, we're going to eat them anyway. Yes, slow mode is on. Slow mode is always on the chat because if it isn't, we get spammed by some very yucky things. So that is why. Brazen. I woke up and the first thing here is that Donna will not kidnap all of us. You're funny. How is the layering going?
It's going okay. You know, I want to outline it, you know, like I want to add some flair to it. And it feels like I'm limiting myself so much.
Yeah.
But, it's fine, you know.
Abby asks, are you using a darker green complementary color or a black for the shadows?
Oh, no blacks. For the shadows, I'm using blue.
Really?
Yeah, I used a little purple, but I think it was a little too purple.
I always see shadows as being gray or black. I never see color in shadows. Oh, gosh. So we should talk about how Skillshare is sponsoring this live again.
We should.
We should. So there's a comment pinned in the top, and they are giving away 100 subscriptions, 1 month subscriptions. So you guys can click the link in the chat And thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring.
Which
our
might be
video today.
particularly helpful for those of you who want some art lessons.
Like shadows or working with pencils or, yeah. They've got a lot of different types of classes too. I took one on bullet journaling and I really loved it. I thought it was great. So you can check. I know they have stuff on sewing. They have lots of different stuff. So check those out. Let's see. Any tips on motivation to clean my room? If I don't, I can't go to my church camp on Monday. My room is really bad. Like it's going to take hours. Well, how bad do you want to go to camp? I know I sound like a mom right now. I mean, grab a trash bag and just starting. I guarantee you, you do not need everything that is on the floor of your room. I guarantee it. Like I 100% guarantee it. Have you gotten used to not having your kids in the house? I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, everything in life is always a change. Everything is always different, and it is just weird getting used to that because, you get used to having kids.
Yeah.
And then suddenly they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, we're doing okay.
Mm-hmm. We're making it. I mean, it's when they go and then they come back and then they go and then they come back because, college and breaks and it's like, it's just, it's weird. It's a weird phase of life, I'm lurking, but I want to say the mods are doing amazing work as always. That's Rivi. They always do amazing work. We could not do this without them. There would be no way. Book lover, as long as pizza and bagels are involved, I'm okay. Donna, I think you're only going to be okay with books, a journal, and 40 fountain pens added to that list. Okay, so here's a funny story. Everything's a story. You laugh, but everything reminds me of a story. So I've decided, I follow big surprise, I follow fountain pen groups on pick a social media, right? And some of these people have 100 fountain pens. And these, I don't know if you guys know fountain pen pricing, but some of these pens are $200, $300, $400, $500. And you can find a Mont Blanc pen and there's $1,000 for a pen, which I might add, I think is ridiculous, but I digress. But you can't use or keep 100 pens inked because if you leave ink in a fountain pen, it gets all gloopy. Just ask Ellen because she knows. So you can't leave the ink in it. And I don't know how they do that. And I don't, anyway. So I'm thinking I'm going to I have 3 pens right now. And I think that's about my limit because I use them for different things. And
so guys, get yourself a 3-pen girl.
I'm telling you.
That's what you need.
Yeah, I don't know. Aw, really? Thanks, honey.
Anything more is too much.
Too much. Yeah.
High maintenance.
I'm telling you. Hey, Scott, I make friendship bracelets. I noticed you wear bracelets. What if I made you one? Would you wear it?
I absolutely would. Thank you. I can't promise I would wear it every day because these bracelets are from places that I've been. They're special memories, but I would love to wear one on the live.
Jordan says, hi, Scott. I just want to say how your videos got me back into drawing last year. And now my art teacher says I can reach nationals in art.
Wow.
Your videos helped me learn to draw better.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's fantastic. We'd love to see some
Thank
of
you,
your
and
pieces.
Congratulations.
Tag us if you can. I'd love to see some of your stuff. What's your favorite animal?
Cheetah.
There you go. Amy says, room cleaning tips. Set a timer for 15 minutes and just start moving, then take a little break and do it again. I also recommend keeping a bottle of water with you and a little snack. Snackies are important when you're doing things. I remember when we used to do homework and the boys did not want to do homework. This was elementary school and middle school and, before they became ugly teenagers. Cookies. Scott would come home from a meeting and we'd be sitting in the kitchen and they'd be eating cookies before dinner. And I would have a glass of wine. And he was like, what are you doing? We're making dinner. And I was like, shh, we're doing math. Math requires a cookie and a glass of wine. And not in that order. So whatever it takes, I highly recommend a cookie. You know what? Don't push your friend to draw or paint if they don't want to. I would just not force people to do things.
There were some friends that I had who were better than me at art, and they had a natural talent, and they were really good at it, but it just wasn't their thing.
Yeah.
And art's more about passion. You got to really want to do it.
You guys are funny. Charlie says, oh my God, the face I made when I heard my comment being read. My heart is racing. I'm so happy. You guys just crack me up. You are so cute. Do you still have that Spirited Away Japanese mechanical pencil that you made a video on?
Yes, I was drawing with it at the beginning.
He better have it. That mechanical pencil was $15. And I bought that for him. You're going to have an armful of friendship bracelets soon. You're so funny. Oh, gosh. Have you read The War on Art by Stephen Pressfield? It's such a great read if you haven't, for art motivation or art block.
I have not. I haven't heard of that book.
Do you think art can contribute to overconsumption?
Yeah, I mean, I think anything in the hands of capitalist marketing people can be warped into that direction. And I think that there are artists who will sell their soul for that. But yeah, you know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, you can't control that stuff.
Steph says, I want a new fountain pen. Like, I want to change one of my cheaper ones for a nicer one. But yeah, 3 sounds about right. I think the nicer ones definitely make a difference. They feel different when you write with them. But yeah, I don't know how I don't know. I mean, you'd have to I don't know. You'd have to rotate them out. Otherwise, what do? Do they just sit in a cabinet? I don't know. What color pencils do you recommend that are price friendly? In my country, it costs double the price of the counterpart from the US.
Well,
That's a rough one.
The best ones are Caran d'Ache, and I know that they're cheaper in some countries, but they're better than the Prismacolors that I'm using. If you can get Caran d'Ache, use that. But I think the best thing you could do for yourself is to try. Go to the art store and see if they'll let you try, you know, just a pencil on a piece of paper and try them out. Some art stores will let you kind of play around.
Yeah, I get that. Frankie, I get that. Let's see. Yep, the clock has officially chimed. Scott, I know you're not the biggest fan of acrylics, but what would you say to acrylic paint markers?
I use acrylic paint markers from Artex for sometimes outlining, and I used them for the when I was painting on the 45 records. I don't like them because they don't blend well, but I think they're great for like little graphical pops.
I love how Scott uses a little broom to sweep off his painting. He has had that brush since I've known him.
Yeah,
and that's been 35 years, ladies and gentlemen. 35 years.
I don't even remember where I got it from. I don't know if it was one of my mom's makeup brushes or something.
Oh, honey, that's not a makeup brush. That's a paintbrush. That is not a makeup brush. Even 35 years ago, that is not a makeup brush. Do we like blues and jazz?
I'm not a fan. I have nothing against it, but I'll take blues and jazz over country music.
Ooh, yes, hands down. Hey, Mushroom Girl just passed their English exam with the highest grade in the class. Good for you.
That's fantastic.
Look at you. Rennie has a cheap dip pen and some Indian ink. I love them, but still getting used to it. It does take time to get used to moving over to a different medium for writing. I love a good dip pen. Anne Marie says, past me was really hyped about cooking, so I got all the ingredients, and now I actually have to do all the cooking thing. Isn't that a weird concept? Yeah, you got to do it, sweetie. You got to do it. What is your favorite mechanical pencil for drawing?
I don't really have one, but the one that I'm currently using is okay.
Steph's used 3 pens at once for making Christmas cards. I have a different ink color in all 3 of mine, too. Just for giggles. That's not a makeup brush. That can't be a makeup brush. Bethany says it's absolutely a makeup brush.
Yeah, it's so soft. It's not something that anybody would use for paint.
That doesn't look like a makeup brush. Like, who would use something that big? Okay, I'm going to retract that. I'm going to retract it. What's the newest medium that you're trying out now? Diane would like to know.
I don't think I'm doing anything particularly new for me. I've tried a bunch of new stuff, but nothing I'm currently like, this is a project I'm currently working on.
Karen Dosh for 20 pencils is $8,000 in my country. That is expensive. Here's the problem. We can tell you what we've seen that's cheap. But we don't know what the pricing is in every single country. And we've tried to get people to kind of share what's cheaper in your country and, as far as that goes, but we can't know every price in every country around the world. I wish we could, but, but we cannot. We can show you the things that Scott uses and show you the things that we've tried, and you can try to find something that matches. What do you recommend for getting better at proportions?
Figure drawing. 1 minute figure drawing. There's a playlist for that. I'm going to try something.
There might be classes for people too who want to take a class on figure drawing. You're so cute. How can I get inspiration for art?
There's a video on that. Or short, I think. Oh, actually, I think there's a video too.
Oh, Chuck's here. Should be sending you the book Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, hey, Chuck. So Chuck is the one who's sending me, who picked photorealism. Thank you a lot, Chuck. I am struggling with this one, but it was a fun challenge.
Oh, Pale Spider says, you guys might actually be the nicest people I have ever watched. Just super wholesome.
Oh, thank you.
You're so sweet. What are your thoughts on comic book art?
I love it. I grew up wanting to be the artist on Spider-Man.
Yeah. Ominous Mailman. There is a Mont Blanc pen, which is $10,000. It's funny that you say that because I have actually seen pens upwards of $100,000 for a pen, which I think is just, you have to have obscene amounts of money to spend that kind of money on a pen. Can I know which type of pencils do you all use?
I like Prismacolors. That's what I'm currently using. Well, this one is completely shot.
I use acrylic paint and wash my brushes after every use, but I want to get into watercolor because of you. So how often should I wash my brushes?
I don't.
He never washes anything. He never cleans anything.
I mean, you rinse them in water, but that's it. I never wash them.
We won't know what the next painting Scott's going to do is until about 5 minutes before we go live. That's about usually when I find out. Are you going to use alcohol markers to blend the pencils?
Alcohol markers do not blend. Oh, blending it that way. No. Sorry, I was thinking acrylic markers because we were talking about that earlier. No, I think I'm just gonna, live with this as it is. I think it'll. I don't know.
Are you going to go see Inside Out 2?
No, I was not a fan of the first one.
See, I loved the first one, but I don't know if I want to see a sequel.
Yeah, I thought the first one was just rather boring. I think
the boys and I liked it.
Yeah, I've never heard them talk about it once. It's. I think Pixar films have gotten too cerebral, and not in a good way. In other words, like they're I think they found that oh look, if we do this and we could pull these heartstrings and do this and do this and do this and do this, and I think in doing so they lost any kind of wonder and adventure. But they're very well made. It's
pretty.
They're pretty, and their storytelling is wonderful. It's just, for me, I feel like, especially with Inside Out, it was medicinal.
Wow, that's a
If
harsh word.
that makes sense. But and again, I'm not saying that in any way.
Actually, that doesn't make sense. What do you mean medicinal?
You said it does make sense, and then you asked me what it meant.
No, why I don't. Give me an explanation of medicinal.
I feel like it was. It was something that we needed to hear, and it was a lesson that we needed to learn, and it wasn't for enjoyment.
Okay.
It was like, this is going to be good for you.
Gotcha.
And you're going to come out of this movie crying, and you're going to, and I think that's
going to open up your mind.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of their recent films have tried to do.
Okay.
And I think that became in itself a formula. That for me just was something that's like, okay, well, I'm not in the mood for something heavy right now, and
you want to be entertained.
Yeah, and so, and again, but I to the person who asked, I hope you have an absolutely amazing time, and I'm sure that it's going to be wonderful because everything Pixar does is wonderful. They really do beautiful work, and the story is great. It's just, for me, I just was feeling like they're a bit something like Inside Out was of no interest to me. To me, I like something that is going to be taking me to a place that a faraway place, that kind of thing. But that's my own personal preferences. But I would never say anything bad about a Pixar movie.
Donna, what is your must-have journaling accessory or tool you can't live without? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. So, it's going to be my Archer and Olive notebook and a fountain pen. It's my favorite notebook to write in, and I like the A5 size, which is basically a 5x8. But I love their paper. It's got a built-in bookmark in it so I can keep my place, and I love the way it feels. I don't know, I can't describe it. But I want a fountain pen to write with. Like, I would prefer not to journal if I can't journal with my favorite notebook and fountain pen. I just won't journal. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Chuck sent you a tip. Love this so much. I got to hop off and go do birthday shenanigans. I absolutely love this little sneak peek.
Thanks,
Hope
Chuck.
you both have the most wonderful day. You're so sweet. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Ash says, hi, Scott and Donna. I have not seen you work with colored pencil colors before. I do know that you worked with them before with little hearts.
Oh, well, thank you. There is a video I did on everything I know about colored pencils in case you are interested.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of getting rid of all of the whites and coming in with gouache. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay. Sai says, I'm in the store buying art supplies as I'm watching this stream.
Oh,
Have you used oil paints before? I have started using them in school for a project and I really like them. It's Kaya.
I think that's wonderful. I did them in high school, never did them again. Bethany is our resident expert on that.
Oil paints. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to grab...
I can't find the video on Art Block.
There should be like a little search bar.
Oh, I think Bethany put it in. Bethany put a link in. Have you ever watched Deadpool? If so, did you think it was funny?
I did. I think it was funny. Little. I wish it wasn't as crude, but other than that, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't care for that. That's not my thing. Do you use Payne's Gray as a substitute for black when using watercolors?
Yes. My blackest black is always going to be my pen.
Bethany, this other person says they saw a $600,000 pen, and Bethany goes, $100,000 pen gives new meaning to where's my pen. If you spend $100,000 on a pen, you better never say where's my pen. That just doesn't happen. That pen goes under glass in a box somewhere. It sits there for you to stare at.
Take $100,000
You couldn't.
pen?
You would never take that anywhere. Never take that anywhere. That's why I struggle. The pen you bought me was $100, and I struggle with bringing that anywhere. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to bring it somewhere. What if I lose it? Yeah, I'd lose my mind. Will Scott make more content about digital art?
I don't think so. I mean, there are people who are so much better at it, and it's really not something that I have a desire to learn.
Obi Mom Kenobi says, I do not enjoy animation that manipulates the emotions of children and adults. Really, it's traumatic.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite art material? If so, which one?
I think it's watercolor and ink.
Yeah. I don't think fountain pen inks cost a lot. I think for what you get, it took me 2 years to go through one bottle of Writer's Blood fountain pen ink. And I write every single day. A lot. So I think you get more out of the fountain pen ink.
Well,
is pen easier for coloring or pencil?
Pen being what kind of pen? I mean, let's assume it's markers. Markers are easy, but colored pencils I think are the easiest. Well, that's as close as I'm gonna get. It is not what I had hoped for.
No?
I had hoped you'd be like, wow, it looks real. I thought I could pick it up, but no. I think if I did it like really tiny, maybe. But,
Emma has joined.
Hey, Emma.
How you doing, friend?
But no, that's it. That's my attempt at photorealism. So we'll take it.
Emma says, I think it looks cool.
Oh, thank you.
Well, are we going to go get some breakfast?
I think we're done. Yeah, I have a meeting in a little bit. So
thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring our live today.
Thank you all for hanging out with me while I draw a poorly photorealistically.
And if you're interested in checking out Skillshare, the link is pinned in the comments. And thank you for watching Scott draw a poorly done mushroom today. Because, I could do so much better. Snark, snark. After years, Scott finally cracked and drew realism. Yeah, he did crack, literally. Let me tell you. Thank you for the fun fountain pen conversation today. That always makes me happy.
Yeah.
And
we will see you on Monday.
Oh gosh, it's Friday. God, I don't even know what day it is anymore. Can you hold it up and show it to the camera, please? There you go. Very pretty.
I did my best. That's the mushroom.
That's the widow mushroom. Widow mushroom, very cute. All right, guys. I hope you have a great weekend. Do something fun for yourselves this weekend. Paint, draw, read a book. Have some fun. And we will see you guys then. Bye.